I almost lost everything because I was so busy trying to keep up. You know what I mean? Whether it was the look, whether it was the wardrobe, whether it was the car, whether it was the place, whether it was the, you know what I mean? All that silliness.
You were rich broke.
Rich broke. Rich broke.
Yeah.
And I will never forget having this moment where I called my best friend and I said, I just don't know what to do. And I told her all these different things that I was going through. And well, actually, now we're just husband and wife, which I
Oh,
love.
so now you're his boss.
No. He actually we no longer work.
What is going on, guys? I am Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Kelly Rowland, okay? She was doing an interview with her pastor, okay? And I'll probably put a clip at the beginning so y'all can have good context so people don't say that I'm being inaccurate, because I think I'm being very accurate in a situation like I am most times. But she spoke about something very interesting, her lifestyle, right? Now, we all know that a lot of these celebrities try to compete with each other for, the amount of, vacations they go on, the amount of shopping, expensive outfits, and things of that nature. As a matter of fact, it looks like Kelly Rowland is sitting in her closet while she's doing this interview. But this is something that isn't surprising, but it is surprising the fact that, she also revealed that her husband was no longer her manager. And that can go a long way, because if you feel like you're not in the right space, that you're struggling, that you are quote unquote rich broke, that says a lot about how you feel about your entire situation, your career, and where she is, right now. Now, Kelly Rowland is probably my favorite Destiny's Child, group member. I think she has talent. She's a cute girl. She's done acting. She's done some of everything, right? She also has a net worth of 30 million, okay? And when she's speaking to her pastor, her, guy she's speaking to, she never really speaks about the timeline of when she went through this time in her life where she financially wasn't in the right place. I don't really know if she was with him at the time. I'm assuming she was. They did get married in 2014. But for her to speak about her lifestyle and her trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, or some people say that she was trying to keep up with Beyonce, which wouldn't surprise me. I mean, you have a friend like Beyonce, somebody who you were in a group with, who is financially in a great situation, who career, she still has a huge fan base. We all know the Bayhive is always going after anybody who says anything about Beyonce. But I do find it interesting that Kelly is saying this. Because for the most part, is that she usually doesn't say much of anything. She doesn't really open up, but she's opening up more now. I guess because of what's going on, the situation that we're all dealing with, the CV. You're seeing more of these celebrities opening up about their personal lives, and what they're going through. And maybe, it didn't get a lot of attention, and it's very interesting that it didn't, but I think that Kelly is like a lot of people in the industry. They put up a certain front that they are living a certain lifestyle that they really do not live. They're renting cars. Some of these people are renting jewelry, renting clothes. They wear the clothes for a little bit and they take it back. They have a whole fake lifestyle. Like, you have the women who be on Instagram all day, right? You think that you see them on all these different vacation spots. You think they're living a luxurious lifestyle when they're actually living with like 4 other roommates, struggling to pay rent. All of them are doing the same thing. Trying to get a baby by a rapper or an athlete. And there's a lot of women like this. They front lifestyles because a lot of times they're doing it because they want to impress other people that they don't even know. And that's the problem. A lot of men do it too. But women take it to a different degree because they are not the best with money. Now, she also mentioned that after giving tithes to the church, her money problems basically went away. And we all know the connection that, melanated women have with the church. Usually they have a black pastor. In this situation, she has a Caucasian pastor, okay? A non-melanated pastor, okay? Listen, melanated women love their church. They love their pastors. They will give however amount of money to that church to keep it going because it is like a self-esteem booster. It's a way to feel good about themselves. And I'm not one of these guys that is, I won't say conspiracy, but I'm not one of those people that's going to believe that if I give my money to something, then great things are going to happen. That's the stuff that these pastors sell people in order to get them to give a sizable amount of money to the church. Now, if things turned around for her after she started to give more to the church, then that's fine. But honestly, I think that a lot of these churches, man, they make money off of broken women, because that's the majority of people in these churches are women who are broken, women who are single, and they're looking for that void to be filled in their lives, especially from a man who can display leadership qualities, who can tell them what they want to hear, who can absolve them of any accountability. And that's what a lot of churches do. They basically show these women a world that makes them feel like their life is okay, that no matter how many issues that they had, it's okay. All can be forgiven. You give to the church, you pray, all will be forgiven. And that's just the mindset that you have these women to have, and Kelly seems to have that. She seems to be somebody who is reliant on spirituality. There's nothing wrong with spirituality. I think I'm more of a spiritual person. I'm not an atheist. I'm not one of the people that doesn't believe in anything. There are certain belief systems I have, but I'm not reliant on those belief systems. And a lot of these women, a lot of melanated women, are heavily reliant on belief systems. Okay? Now, this ties into what I have said before, that women are not good with money. And I think other women would say that. They're not about, for the most part, saving and being frugal. Women don't understand frugal. Frugal equals broke. Equals that you don't have enough to take care of her and fund her lifestyle. And a lot of women are looking to have their lifestyles funded, and you have a culture right here on social media, here on YouTube. You have females that are trying to teach other women about chasing after a man for his money, to spend it up. I did a video by Antoine Walker, former NBA player. He dated Evelyn Lozada for a long time. What's that long time? They dated for a while. And by the end of that relationship, she had left and he was struggling broke. Okay. And because of the debts that he incurred, he ended up bringing her situation into it, saying, hey, you should pay, chip in on this, because for the most part, you were enjoying this lifestyle that I was giving you too, and again, this is why you have to understand optics. If you're not bringing in as much money as you used to, you're going to have to cut back on the spending. You cannot have that same lifestyle financially, unless financially you are in a better place. Now, maybe now she's in a better place financially. Maybe now she can buy certain things and she can do certain things now. Okay, but maybe she couldn't then. That's why, again, you have to understand where you are financially. If you don't understand where you are, you're going to get lost. You're going to lose a lot. And I can guarantee that she lost a lot trying to keep up with Bay and all these other people that she's friends with, that she parties with, that she hangs around. She sees their lifestyle. She wants to have that. And nowadays you have a lot of women that they want to be what they see on TV and on social media. You know, they want to be these women. What they don't understand is those women might be fronting more than anybody. They may not live the type of lifestyle that you think they live. Okay, it may all be a facade. You know. Also, I want to speak on one thing too. You know, if you go to Kelly Rowland's page, she's become very political. Very political, you know. Not only is she Black Fist in the Air, she's all about Team Rainbow. That's usually the mark of people who have one side, they have their career sort of fledgling, so they go full on activists, okay? Because a lot of people who have solid careers that they actually care about, that is actually benefiting them, they don't go full on, you know, activists. And she has. And it just says a lot about her situation now. And what's interesting is that she has this Caucasian pastor, but on her page, she's fully pro-black. She's all in on, you know, and it's like, okay. Now, her husband is no longer her manager. He's just her husband. You know, she made that clear. I don't know if she blames him for why her career is stagnant, why she isn't making the same amount of money, but it's clear that it didn't work out. Women who end up getting in relationships and having their husbands manage them, I believe he might have managed them before the relationship, but it never works out. It never works out. You know, it's good. It's better to have a business relationship with your manager instead of like, you know, a situation where you're together and you're making, you know, career moves. You need that person to operate independently in order to be able to gain you the success that you want. Because what's going to happen is if that person isn't successful at getting you where you want to go, you're going to want to replace that person, which is going to cause friction. It reminds me of the couple from Love and Hip Hop, Kirk and Rashida. I think he was managing her and her career just didn't go anywhere. You know, we've seen Mary Jaye and her ex. He was managing her. You know, they end up separating, and, you know, that divorce turned into a mess, especially on her side. You know, A. Marie, I believe she ended up getting with her manager. I don't know why it gets to that point. It's almost like these women feel isolated to the point to where they end up falling for the men who are supposed to be managing them, you know? So therefore, when these situations occur, when you're talking about how you basically were going broke, trying to upkeep a lifestyle, your career wasn't financially keeping you, you know, up there to where you want to be. So obviously you made some type of change, and I guarantee you it wasn't just paying tithes. There were other things going on too.